One more review for Dragonfire. Terence Keenan's published on the 1st of the 9th, 08. Tell me, what do you think of the assertion that the semiotic thickness of a performed text varies according to the redundancy of the auxiliary performance codes? Dragonfire is about many things. Ace's introduction, Mel's goodbye, enough film references to choke a horse, a nod to the recent past, glitz, and a step forward to the future. It also plays like Doctor Who Identikit, a grumpy deductive doctor, alien world done on the cheap, scary monster who's not so scary, screaming companion, gleeful rating of lots of other sci-fi/fantasy works, a few arch performances, a literal cliffhanger, and much, much more. Similar to the Horns of Niemann, you get the sense that the cast and crew know there's no money to do the sets properly, but that they're still going to go full tilt boogie to make it work. I admire that, although I think that director Chris Clough could have done more to make it less television-y. A few odder angles and some darker lighting would have given Dragonfire more atmosphere. Clough does deserve credit for having his cast play what is an obvious comedy script straight and not OTT, which means that the genuine laughs in the script seem funny and part of the story, not just thrown in for a reaction. My favourite scene is when the Doctor distracts the guard with a bit of pseudo-intellectual nonsense and the guard responds to the Doc as if he's found a lost soul. Bonnie Langford gives her best performance as Mel. Having Ace to bounce off of Bonnie gives Bonnie an extra kick in her performance. Sophie Aldred, despite being saddled with some dodgy dialogue, definitely makes a positive impression as Ace in her debut. McCoy finally finds his way as the Doc and gives one of his best performances. He does Grumpy very well, and the final confrontation with Kane is brill. The guest cast are in good form, with Edward Peel's Kane topping the bill. Kane is underplayed slightly, which makes him far more believable, more than just a one-dimensional baddie. Tony Selby gives us a slightly different glitz from the year before, but is still fun to watch on the screen, even if the character is a complete bastard if you think about it. One last note, I've never been one for dissing bad special effects in Who. It's part and parcel of the original run, and personally, if you can't handle them, then you need to piss off and watch some other show. However, when you get something as good as Kane's face-melting death scene, which is as good as the one in Raiders of the Lost Ark, the major props should be given to the crew for pulling this off. Dragonfire is a good one, worth popping into your video and checking out again.